I think it's pretty safe to say that one thing that a lot of Star Wars fans around the world will definitely agree on is the fact that Kathleen Kennedy over the years has been very incompetent at Lucasfilm as the president of all things Star Wars, and exactly how she handled, films like The Last Jedi, and even especially the budget of Solo: A Star Wars Story. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that, yes, we do know that they are currently in a phase of damage control to really get things in the right direction for Star Wars. They already have over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects in the works for Disney Plus alone, which really speaks volumes. It tells us, the Star Wars fans, that, well, Disney and Lucasfilm really are trying their absolute best to really regain many of the lost fans that walked away from, The Rise of Skywalker or even The Last Jedi at that. And those are the exact fans that they want to see back in the theater seats in the near future, as well as signing up for Disney Plus to see these new Star Wars TV shows. Now, moving on beyond all of this, we do know that Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are working closely together as a team. Essentially, what they are doing is that they are forming this major plan to really give the fans something to look forward to. What they really want to do is that they really want to give the fans a general idea of what Star Wars can really be, the overall potential that it can reach. Even Bob Iger talked about this not so long ago, that he actually is just now realizing the potential that Star Wars has. And one thing about Iger that is quite surprising is that he went from saying back in 2018 that The Last Jedi and the Solo: A Star Wars Story box office results were not connected in any way, shape, or form, and now here we are, we got Iger and Chapek trying to fix things up. So with that being said, of course, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are currently focused on their new Star Wars universe, as well as their new Star Wars trilogy of films. It's explained that both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are hard at work on developing a better Star Wars franchise that will deliver authentic Star Wars stories to the fans around the world. Now, however, it's noted that the Disney CEO of Lucasfilm, Bob Iger, plans to quit from Star Wars early in order to focus on all things Marvel as early as this November, before he leaves from Disney completely. It's noted that Iger wants to focus on the structure of Marvel's place on Disney Plus with their new Star Wars TV series, and how all of that should be handled for the next couple of years, and that Iger will be helping out with the roadmap of the Marvel TV series for Disney Plus, and that this is the main reason as to why Iger is going to quit from Star Wars early, as soon as this November, to focus on other franchises as well. Now, it's described that Iger stepping down from Star Wars early caught many of those over at Lucasfilm by surprise, and that everything will rest on Bob Chapek as early as December of this year, where he will lead Disney Star Wars all by himself. The major plan, of course, is to make Star Wars the best that it can be for fans around the world to enjoy. First off, let me just focus on Iger here and go over what's going on. Now, we do know that Iger came back. Initially, he stepped down, he resigned, and we thought he was history, right? That's when Chapek came into the picture early this year. Then we had the global crisis happening around the world, and that's right around the time when he came back to Disney to really bring the company back on its feet. Because, well, let's face it, he has more experience as a CEO than Chapek does, right? So that's one reason why he came back. The other reason was to steer Star Wars in the right direction, as well as to regulate Marvel and how it's going to be used on television. Now, the fact that he's moving away and quitting from Star Wars, stepping down earlier than expected, in order to focus more so on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? The MCU, and how those TV shows are really going to be structured. He's going to be doing all of that throughout the entire month of November, leaving Chapek open to becoming his own Disney CEO by himself this December of 2020. Very interesting year for 2021 next year, because that's where Chapek is really going to be running the show all by himself. No guidance by Bob Iger, firsthand or in person. It's going to be all Chapek. So far, Chapek has done a good job, with the direction of The Mandalorian and The Mandalorian Season 3, and the introduction of Ahsoka Tano, of him approving all of Jon Favreau's ideas you know, how much more could we really ask for? We're getting so much great material now that a lot of Legends material is also coming back to life, and that's another thing to look forward to. So, everything related to Kathleen Kennedy no longer having creative control, for the most part, all thanks to chaypek. The fact that we're getting tons of Star Wars TV shows and movies that are going to be more in line with George Lucas's visions, all thanks to chaypek. But Iger leaving is going to be a very interesting transitionary phase to see exactly how chaypek is going to handle things for an entire year on his own. He really wasn't on his own for all that long until Iger came back. That's one thing that I think a lot of fans forget. So with that being said, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.